Hello, guys. Welcome to Real Talk with Sochi. I want to use this opportunity to thank you all for reaching out to me because last week we didn't have our weekly updates. That was because I had some little technical issues and coupled with a lot of things that was going on. So I needed to relax and come back, to serve you better. Thank you all for your texts, for your calls. I do appreciate all of that. And today we are back like we never left. And I will start immediately after the break. Thank you. So today we're going to be talking about adulthood pressure. Yeah, adulthood pressure. Growing up, um, we all have peers, we all have friends, families, and we always have this set of cousins that will always come back to us. We all like grew up together, do things together, and there is this sort of like competition that will just be like hovering around. Sometimes we don't even know about it, or it's not like it's very clear that it's competition. But this point that especially our aunties or our mothers will be like, oh, this my daughter is now in university. Oh, this my son is not this. There's this kind of, oh, whose son is doing better than the other one. But that's not even the angle that I'm even going at. I'm not even looking at the parents, the mothers and their aunties. They're kind of trying to project which of their child is doing well. But today I'm looking at like the children themselves. Like what does it mean to have or to face adulthood pressure? Now, there is this popular saying in Nigeria where we say adulthood na scam. It means that adulthood is scam because no one prepares you for adulthood or no one is prepared for adulthood. And when it comes, it means that you are now in charge of your life. You are in charge of the things you do. You are in charge of you feed yourself. In most cases, you have to feed yourself, especially if you've graduated from a higher institution and you know that the world is now out there for you to explore, right? In most cases, you will not be able to live with your parents. Not that anything is pursuing you, but you already know that it is high time you started doing something for yourself. As a man, like we always say, and then the women, it's time for marriage and all of that, to make money as well. I'm a strong advocate of making money before you get married. Yeah. Even if you don't have millions, at least have something doing. So that when you're in a man's house, you would always have something to fall back to. I'm not a relationship advisor, but it's very important I state this in the beginning. So, I'll start this episode with my experience with adulthood and how I found myself in this phase of my life without preparation. And I'm not even sure there is anybody that was prepared for adulthood. I'm not sure because if there is a level of preparation, when you want to go and write the exam, you read, you prepare, and then you go and write your exams. But adulthood comes it feels sometimes the way it comes, the pressure that comes with it feels like it just appeared overnight. So, so myself growing up, I first of all I had delays. I finished secondary school at the age of I think 18 or 19. Yeah. And most of my friends finished secondary school at 15, 16. I even have someone that finished secondary school at the age of 14. So myself, from the normal age of graduating from secondary school, which is like 16 years, so that you will now enter university, I graduated like 2 to 3 years after. So age was no longer on my side, if I'm to say. And then I had my friends who were already at the age of 19, they were already graduates from some schools in Nigeria, right? Some private schools, you can even some federal schools, if you get admitted in age 16, at age 16, that means 19, 20, you should be graduating. So, but in my case, at the age of 19, I just left secondary school. That was because I had some delays in primary school. So it was a decision that my mom took for me to, because I was faster than my younger ones. So she wanted me to kind of, because if she had left me to continue, she there wouldn't be anybody to take care of my siblings, two of them then. So she needed me to kind of be with them all the time as I'm going, which I understand. I understood why she did what she did, but eventually the reason she did that, it didn't materialize because I lost that my younger brother, who because of him I had to kind of I had some delay in primary school. And then the secondary school again, I also had a delay in my JSS1. I wasn't that smart then, so I had kind of setback as well. So so the whole thing was just, 3 years, I think 2 years. in primary school, 2 years delay in primary school, and then 1 year delay in secondary school. That was like 3 years in addition to 16 years that you're supposed to graduate. So I kind of finished secondary school at the age of 19 years. Okay, 18 to 19 years. Yeah. And then the time I was entering university, most of my cousins, most of my friends are already in uni. So I remember those days we'll come back to we'll come back in the village, and this person is already in second year in higher institution, this person is already in third year. And some of my cousins then will always visit my home from from their school, for my mom to, they always visit my mom. My mom will also get some food stuff for them to go back to school. And then these are people like I'm in the same age with them. Like I was of the same age group with them, and I was still in secondary school. And the pressure was so much. Like I was always feeling like, God, why is my life like why is my own just this, why this backwardness? Like, why this stagnant? I'm like, I was even asking my mom, like, why did you even make me to delay like 2 years in primary school? You know. But one thing I didn't realize is that in life we are not, our race is totally different, right? We have different destinies, we have different routes in life. Our careers are different. God destined us. Yes, the same mother gave birth, but different career, different destiny, different things, different passion. And when you want to kind of compete, or when you want to model what other people are doing, most times you see yourself answering someone else's call and leaving yours. So that kind of happened to me because for me, it was about me finishing fast, fast. It was about my friends, my cousins are finishing, and then I'm still there. I was still in secondary school at the age of 19, whereas people at 16 years are already doing matriculation in higher institution. So, but eventually, I had to do what I know how to do best. I had to finish, write my WAEC exam, finished, and then when it was time for me to even enter university, I didn't make my first jump. I jammed a lot of things. Some of you from Nigeria, we already know what happens with jams. So, kind of some inconsistencies. It could be from my own part. Maybe I didn't read well. I don't know, but I didn't make my first jump. So my uncle's wife said no, I can't stay. That she wouldn't watch me stay at home. That I it's better I go start a pre-degree. So I looked at the pre-degree program in UNND, which is called JUPEB, which is very good. Yeah, because for me, I started the pre-degree with the intention that when I finished the pre-degree program for 9 months, I would just transition to second year in university. So that means the lost 1 year would be back, would be restored. So, but while I was doing the pre-degree, I finished the pre-degree and I was actually qualified to start from second year. But at that point, I began to see life differently. I was like, no, I'm not going to this hurry, this quest for finishing fast. I don't think this is what I really want to do. I don't want to be half baked. And it doesn't mean that people who transitioned to second year after the pre-degree, it doesn't mean that they were all of them are half baked or they didn't do well. But for me, it was just a personal reason for myself. So I needed to start from beginning, from what's it called now, from first year again. So that kind of brought out like the delay was just high. It was just much. And then, so then I remember in class, then you see people so young, like 2002, 2001, in classroom with you. And then you're like, oh, okay, these children. But they're not children, their brains are fire. It's like, for me, being a child or being an adult has nothing to do with age. Yeah. With what I know now, it has nothing to do with age. After all, in so many families, or even in the Western world, or even back home, people at the age of 19 are already doing things, already in the tech industry, doing things. So that should count, not age, right? So but adulthood pressure, it's it's something that you know it needs to be talked about. It is something that needs urgent attention, and I think that is one of the reasons crime rates is so high because you would you would see a young man who, like myself, I'm a young man, and then following the traditional system of going to school, getting a degree, getting a job, and then all of a sudden along the line you will see this young fellow of yours who probably you are even older than, already driving a car, flashy car, wearing exotic jewelries, expensive jewelries, perfumes, wearing the latest shoes, and then you, on the other hand, as much as you want to be content, like we say, yes, be content with what you have. As much as you want to be content, we are humans, right? And we have desires. And sometimes we have we always like we desire to have those better life as well. And then you start seeing these people who are already the same age with you, and it feels like their life is just faster. And then you begin to wonder what's going on. What am I really doing? Like this person did not even go to school, but look at what they're already doing. So the pressure comes and you want to be like them. You want to just finish immediately, or you want to like the quickest way to make money. I wouldn't want to mention anything, or I will use cybercrime so that I wouldn't have to be talking to any particular group or any particular country. I don't want to paint anybody's image, but cybercrime is a general thing everywhere. So people engage in cybercrime, people engage in Ponzi, people engage in so many things to defraud people to make money, right? And on the other hand, what we see is the perfect picture they paint for us on social media. The exotic cars, the houses, the money they spray in occasions, right? I remember those days back in school, if we attend some dinner nights, my peers would be there spraying lots of money, thousands of money, naira. And then probably at that point, I don't even know what I will eat that night when I get home. There is no money, account is dry. And someone out there is you know, doing that with Naira. And then I remember some occasions I asked myself, what's really going on? Like, why can't I be like these people? What's different? This life shouldn't be that hard. People should have money. But the question is that really longevity? I'm not preaching, this is not for me to preach about quick money or not, but I'm talking about adulthood pressure, like the pressure that comes with this set of people who you are in the same age group with or the same age bracket with. They are doing things, they are making the money, they are already living the lifestyle that you want to live. And you yourself, you are not there yet. And then you are pressurized, right? So it's something that if if as an individual, if you are not content, if you don't take time, you are going to find yourself doing such things. And when you go into it, you would not kind of even know what they are doing. You will just enter there like a JJC. In most cases, they will even use you and do whatever they have to do there, right? It becomes regret at the end of the day. So the pressure to make money, the pressure to belong, the pressure to get married for the women, because it feels like the world we live today. Of course, thank goodness for feminism. Thank goodness for the way women are now taking charge. Women are beginning to take, they are in charge of some positions, many positions where they are doing so well. But the society still has a way to circle it back to, oh, if you don't get married, if you have money, the degrees, the medical doctor, a lawyer, barrister, and then you don't have a man to you, you are not successful yet. Newsflash, that's a lie. I'm not saying this is not new to you because, of course, many of us have done feminism courses. Many of us have seen women, people doing things even without getting married. You know, but the thing now is the pressure I'm talking about in terms of this marriage. I'm not saying you shouldn't get married, but the pressure I'm talking about is when you see people at the age of 19 getting married, which is a good thing if they found love, if they think it's the right time for them, good. But you, on the other hand, who you are not married yet, I don't think that should make you to do things that unspeakable or things that you'll end up regretting because you want to be tagged a wife or you want to be tagged a missus, right? And then for we the guys, we want the flashy car. I see the flashy cars. I love them. I want to drive Benz. I want to drive Lexus. I want to have those cars, right? But is it really the time? For me, it might be the time for someone else, but for me, is it really the time? Do I know what God is saying about me? Do I know when it's time for me to get that car? Do I have to go and defraud people, or do I have to go and must I engage in crime because I want to get those cars, or I want to wear Air Max, I want to wear LV, right? To be the best thing or to look like other people. So the pressure is there. I remember when in my final year, so me and my friends, so sometimes we'll sit and we're like, God, now that we are leaving school, when we're in school, our family will send us money, will send us food. Once food has finished, they will send us food, send us money. Especially my uncle does that a lot, and the wife. So, and when we were graduating, I think it was the week we were doing our defense, it dawned on us that Men, you guys are now adults, right? You are leaving school now, probably some of us to start our NYSC, some of us to move into a different part of life. And there is nothing to use and collect money again from home. No textbooks to buy, even though sometimes we don't buy the textbooks. No textbooks to buy, no handout, no excursion trip to pay for. So, what else are you going to call someone on the phone and be like, okay, I need money for this? After all, you're a graduate, right? And the thought is, well, as a graduate, you're supposed to get job. You should be better than someone who didn't go to school. So, so then it was like we were always asking ourselves, what now? And each time we sat down to think about this, we did not have a tangible solution. We did not have a remedy to what is about to face us, like the life we are about to see. Let me tell you, like it feels like the main adulthood even starts when when you've graduated from higher institution, because it's at that point that your parents are taking care of you. They are not pressurizing you to start taking care of them all. But as humans, the thoughts will keep coming. Oh, I don't need to call my parents for food. But I'm sitting down here to tell someone, to also tell myself, that it is okay to still be in your parents' house at the age of 30, 31, 32. Yeah. Hence, you wouldn't want to go and steal or rob or to engage in crime because you want to answer a man. There is no such thing about that. I remember a few days ago, I posted a picture of myself, and one of my senior in secondary school, he came to my DM and he was like, "Oh, I'm happy that you are now a real man." Damn, that struck me. I was so angry, but nobody wins a word by being expressing bad words when they're angry. So when I just typed, I'm like, in my world, there is no such thing as being a real man. Instead, I believe in growth. I sent it to him. He said, "Oh, that's good that he didn't mean it that way." But he had already sent his message, right? It is a world where you have to be a real man. So, hello, it is okay to be in your parents' house at the age of 27, 30, 31. They are your parents, they love you, right? So sometimes we mount this pressure on ourselves more than the society. Of course, the society has a role to play, but it is you changing your mindset and realizing that your journey is different. If you engage in crime and you are caught, you are going to jail alone. If you are shot, you die alone. Those people that, as a result of their lifestyle, their cars, their houses, their clothes, made you engage in those crimes, you will not find them. They won't be there for you, right? So even when I finished uni, so I was asking myself this question: what next? What do I do now? Um, the kind of house that I want to build, the kind of cars I want to drive, what job in my country can give me that? And then you begin at that point, you will not forget that life is in stages, right? We need to build. The Dangote we know today, or the best the Microsoft guy that we know today, what's his name? I'm sorry, I can't remember, but I'll remember before the end of this video, or the Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, you begin Bill Gates of Microsoft world, yeah. And then the question is, we all want to be like them, right? We all want to be like them, or a switch to be like Bill Gates, a switch to be like the Dangote, or a switch to be like the Beyonce. But the question is, how many years did it take them to get there, right? Did they wake up one day to be these icons that we want to be like? How about the steps? How about the process? Are we willing to go and study, to learn? Are we ready to invest our time? I remember when I arrived in the States, I met my chair, the chair of my department, and as a historian, so I am interested in film. So I was finding it difficult to find a nexus between film and history. So I met her and I told her, I said, "Prof, this is my interest. I want to be a film historian, but I'm confused. I'm scared." And she was like, she said, "How old are you?" I told her, she said, "You have 10 years to make it work. If it doesn't work in 10 years, change to another thing." You know what happens? There is no way you would dedicate your time, sacrifices, resources. When I mean resources, I don't mean just money. Your time is a resource. Sitting up every day to read, to make research, meeting up people, time to meet people, all those things are resources, minute resources that you put together that will land you the opportunity, right? So when she said 10 years, that means there is no way I can invest time in working to be a film historian. for 10 years and I won't make it. It's not possible. Even if it's not possible. Me, I don't want to believe it's possible. It's not possible. Like, there's no way I can invest such amount of time, do the right thing, meet the right people, have the right network in the right environment, and for 10 years I would still remain where I used to be. No, that can't happen. It can't. So when she said I have 10 years, I calculated my age immediately. I said, okay, I'm 25 now. That was last year. I said, I'm 25 now. So 25 plus 10 years, that's 35 years. I mean, someone who is a millionaire at 35 years is not bad. Or someone who started living his life at 35 is not bad. After all, some people still die as paupers, right? So I calculated it. I'm like, okay, I have 10 years to make it work. And trust me, we're not even up to 1 year. It's working. Yeah, it is working. And that's the thing. So the thing is, the pressure, the adulthood pressure is not an easy one, or especially when your friends are beginning to migrate to a new country, or some have gotten scholarship, or some have gotten internship programs. A lot of things are just happening. You know, the way life happens, it happens in a way that together you all are growing, we all grow together. And then all of a sudden, this person moved, this person left, this person this way, this person the other way. All of it overnight, it feels like we're all scattered. These are people who are just together as friends, and overnight, everybody is just bam. And then probably in the circle, someone is feeling left out, or someone is feeling unsuccessful. Talking about unsuccessful or talking about success, what does success even mean? What does success even mean? I'm going to talk about this in another episode, because my friend one day posted on her status, she was like, for her, I think she said success means making more money, doing what she loves, which is good. For me, success is, first of all, securing peace of mind, doing what I love doing, and making money, right? So success for Mr. A is not success for Mr. B. For some people, success is waking up every morning alive. That is being successful. It's not when you have millions that you know you are successful. How about the people that are dead? Before I left uni, I lost my classmates. Like, to her now, what is success? So adulthood pressure, it's a lot. It's not easy. Your peers are getting married, leaving the country, going abroad, flying flying airlines in business class, or even anything at all that you know that is higher than your current position. The pressure is always there to make you feel like you are not, to make you feel like you've not belonged, to make you feel like something is wrong with you, but there is nothing wrong. So the goal should be to understand your purpose. Holy Spirit does that a lot. It is his job. He did it with me. He's still doing it with me. Understand your purpose. Understand that in this life, you are living this life for yourself, and then to extend and to reach out to people. So don't allow what people have to say. We shouldn't allow people's lifestyle, to take the better part of us because you want to be like them. Nobody will be like anyone. It's not possible. We might look alike, doppelganger or something. We might look alike, we might resemble, but hello, you can't be like that person. You can't. Nobody can be like anyone. So it's, even twins are not even alike. They're not even the same when it comes to destiny, when it comes to career or passion. How much more? So the thing is, as much as the pressure is there, the pressure will keep coming there. The adult pressure is not easy, but when you understand your purpose, you understand what you really love, and you are willing to put in the work, the effort, you put in the energy, you put in the resources, you make the sacrifice. In Igbo land, we say, "Ikpa nkụ na udu mmiri, ikpa nkụ na," how they used to say it, "Ikpa nkụ na udu mmiri for ọkọchị." No, ikpa nkụ na ọkọchị for udu mmiri, ikpa nkụ na ọkọchị for udu mmiri. Sorry. So that means, literally translation, it means gathering your firewood during the dry season against the rainy season, because during the rainy season you wouldn't have time to go and fetch firewood, or even if you find one, the rain must have beaten it and you will not be able to use it to cook. So in the dry season, you are expected to get your firewoods, and then so that during the rainy season you can cook from the comfort of your home without worrying about the rain. So what this means in life is, The sacrifices you make now, there are times for us to make our sacrifices. There are times for us to build. There are times for us to deny ourselves a lot of things. Oh, you love this Air Max, you need to buy it. But on the other hand, what is more important is your subscription to get editing skill or to pay to get trained in a tech. That's what you should do, right? At that point, it's not like you don't desire Air Max or desire Lexus. You desire it, but is that what really matter at that point? So how about we build a workable system, or we build a system that's, that money keeps coming in even when we retire, right? The goal is to retire early. So, so when you understand this, when you build yourself, you know that this is the moment to build so that you would enjoy and live the life after. It doesn't, some people's life, very at early stage, things start happening immediately. That is good. But we don't have to pressurize ourselves because of people's life. Our life is different. We are made differently. So, guys, I would like your comments, share your comments about adulthood pressure. I want to hear, different scenario or phases in your life where you felt adulthood pressure, or when it feels like your life is just stagnant. Share it in the group. I'm sure a lot of people would want to learn or hear from you. Thank you for joining me today on Real Talk with Sachi, and I can't wait to see you. No, I can't wait patiently to see you in the next one. Bye.